Just popped up.
It has now. Alright, you ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Is that around the right way?
Yeah, it's good.
Hello everybody, welcome to episode number 35, Studio 7 Melbourne podcast, coming to you live from Melbourne. My name is Sam, and we're joined here by... Can we start again? I was on my...
Good start.
I wasn't on my right page.
Complaining about me eating mint slices.
Wasn't ready.
I
Like
realised...
people are watching this.
Hey-o.
Amateur hour.
Correct. Mint slices. No more.
Mint slice on my mind.
Hello everybody, welcome to episode number 35, Studio 7 Melbourne podcast. Back again, my name's Sam. We're joined here with the man who had the first conversation ever about soccer today, and we disagreed on a few things, Gordo, about an actual game.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm well, mate. I'm well. I just got through my favourite segment of the night, which is Snacks with Ants. Ants always brings a new snack in every week.
Yeah,
It's a really good one. Mint slices this week.
Mint slice,
so,
yeah.
You know, to go old school, but it was great.
They on the Michelle Bridges OK list, are they?
I'm sure Ants is on that. I'm sure they are on that list.
We had
I'm good, mate. I'm really well.
We spoke on the phone today, and we were talking about highlights from the soccer this morning, and I said, I think that was in one of the games, and you said, no, that was in the Swiss-Argentina game. You corrected me. I thought, wow, you've come a long, long way.
Told you, mate.
Usually you just hang up. Usually just go, beep, beep, beep.
World Cup's biggest fan, mate. I have been watching a bit of soccer. I'm lucky enough. I don't mind the 8 o'clock game, so I can get it. I'm in all the early games.
Yeah.
I'm in at work. I can catch the end of one.
2 a.m. tough.
You know what I mean? You don't have to do any work because you're watching that instead.
World Cup fever.
It, so it's okay. You're later.
The boss is like, why aren't you working? It's World Cup fever. Yeah, good point.
Really good point. Who's winning? That's what they say.
Good
point. You can move on from there.
And we're also here back again with the man who did nominate Todd Carney this week. Ants, how you doing, mate?
Did I?
Yes.
Was that me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You've got him in trouble.
Yeah, he's had a bad run, Todd Carney.
Is that on the Michelle Bridges list?
Surely it is.
I think it is.
For any other sport, it'd be like, had a shocking week, but for rugby, it's just another day. Just another day.
I mean, a lot of famous people used to take that to make themselves healthy.
Yes.
Very famous people.
Yeah. Manny Pacquiao.
1 cup a day keeps the, it doesn't keep the media away. We realise that out.
Yeah.
You know, but who knows? You know, people do different things. That was one thing that was very different.
Yeah, we'll chat about that later. We're going to talk, there's been a lot going on, mate. We often talk about how there's weeks that nothing goes on.
Lots going on.
Well, lots going on. We're going to talk about, obviously, the NBA draft happened. Bron opted out of his contract. Luis Suarez bit someone. Tim Cahill scored goal of the century. Nick Kyrgios. We got Kyrgios fever. Nick Kyrgios beat Rafa. Jason Kidd launched a coup.
The Legends match. The Legends match has been and gone again for another year.
That's a great call. EJ Whitten Legends match was on last night, mate. As Russell Gilbert calls it, payday. Finally gets around to getting his one check.
We've got a new thing about Russell. We'll talk about that later.
Okay, we'll talk EJ Whitten Legends match. We'll talk a little bit of AFL. Oh, it's just all happening.
There's so much going on.
There's a lot to talk about, but as always, episode 35 is brought to you by a person who wears that number. We dedicate it each to a person who wears that number. Who wants to kick us out?
Well, I think, Sam, we've all got the same person, obviously, for today.
I hope not. That would make for terrible listening.
Multi-sports player. I'm guessing we've all got it, so that's probably why you might have gone for one sport. So Anthony might have gone for another sport.
Yeah. Where are you going with this?
Myself. Gordo, he wore number 35 for everything. So I've started my career off as a basketball player.
I've heard third person work, but this is just taking it to another level.
You thought Gordo looks at the NBL website was big. Watch Gordo talks about himself. That one's going to go off.
No, myself. Don't refer to you. You're not The Rock.
Today I am because it's my show.
Okay. It's
dedicated to me, this show, and I know you guys are going to go do me as well, so that's okay. I'll talk on your behalf.
Never.
Went from basketball, moved into football.
Yep.
Kept the number 35. Funny story about the number 35. When I went to the footy, I was playing basketball under it for no other reason, just that I think it was Robert Harvey at the time. Might have been one of the reasons. Continued, I went to footy, got given number 35 randomly. It wasn't even my choice. They said, here, have this number. I said, well, I played basketball that. Then I find out in a conversation with my brother that when he played footy, he wore the number 35 for his whole career, and I didn't know that. And he told me that my dad played footy under the number 35 for all his career, and I didn't know any of this.
Oh, wow.
So 120 games, about 120 goals, you know how it is. That's
official stats.
Well, you know.
Wikipedia. We'll have a look at your Wikipedia page. Welcome to Luke Gordon. This is your life.
Yep.
We've just covered everything now.
I dabbled in soccer. I played for Ringwood City Soccer Club for a bit, so I dabbled in soccer.
Number 35 for them?
I don't know. Probably not. But, you know, just my career moved on to different sports.
Dabbled in acting?
Yes. You know, didn't take on some of the big guns in acting right now and won.
Okay, anyway, this has gone too far with you, mate. So, cool stuff. Number 35.
To me.
Dedicated to yourself. Tell us if you think that's okay or not. I think
I was going to say it in the tweets, but I didn't think it would be good to suggest
to say what you were going to nominate, because obviously you're going to do me as well.
No, I wasn't. I was going to do it in the tweets.
Okay.
Yeah, no, not a fan.
It's selfish.
We'll kick it. I'll go with mine. It's not you. Sorry, Luke. It's a man who's 6 foot 8 inches, 203 centimeters, 103 kilos, which I think is from New Jersey. Drafted, picked 22nd in the 2011. It's the Manimal, Kenneth Fareed. And the reason I nominate Kenneth Fareed, fun facts, Luke often calls him Kevin. Kevin Fareed, so that's pretty good. Just joining Durant and Fareed together. NBA All-Rookie Team, Rising Stars, blah, 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 blah. He's got 2 mums, so that's kind of cool. So that's something different.
Modern-day family.
Tell me how that works.
They didn't get married. They had a union or something like that. I don't know.
So no dad?
No, he has a dad.
Okay.
Well, obviously.
What's that? The beard song where they say if your dad hasn't got a beard, you've got 2 mums. Is that what it's sort of like?
Is that like Kevin Bloody Wilson or something
no,
like that?
They just sing songs about beards.
Oh, you're not bringing up Rolf Harris? No.
All right. That's a touchy subject.
Anyway, dearie me. Kenneth Fareed, that's mine. Kevin Fareed, Kenneth Fareed, whatever you want to call him. I think it's just good to have people getting around called Kenneth. We often say, remember that Lance Franklin's name is actually Lance? This guy's name is actually Kenneth. So you can have cool people called Kenneth. All you Kens out there, there's cool people called Kenneth. So Kenneth Fareed, number 35, my man.
All right.
Ants?
Not as good as me. Probably beat him in basketball, but we'll move on.
All right, could you beat this guy in baseball, though?
100%.
All right. Number 35 for me is Justin Verlander. Another baseballer. I know. I recall for the last couple of episodes I've been doing baseballers. I'll try and get away from them the next time.
That's all right. They do have high numbers. American football, baseball often have very high numbers.
They do. This guy,
leagues, high numbers.
American League MVP in 2011, Cy Young winner in 2011, American League Rookie of the Year. He's won his wins champion.
Yep.
He's got all these accolades.
He's in my fantasy team as well.
He must be doing
10-3
crap house for you this year.
Yeah, but I'm 10-3. So
yeah. But most recently, he's better known for dating the most beautiful and my hall pass, Kate Upton. So
Answer's hall pass is like a raffle book.
Oh, it's just anyone really. It's just anyone. And thanks to Instagram, it's just gotten bigger and bigger.
What else?
What?
Rappable case.
Okay.
We'll just clarify that.
Yeah.
Back on track, yes. Come on.
Back on track. Justin Brooks Verlander, you're my number 35 for this week.
Nice one.
Fantastic. I obviously won out in that one. Who the people? Do they all nominate me as well, I'm guessing?
No, there wasn't any nominations for you, but we do turn to our trusty listeners. We appreciate your input. We've got a couple here. Of course, Alex Emery, he has been waiting for this since December 2012. It's Robert Banger Brownlow Harvey week. That's what he said. He's been waiting for so long. Craig Wright is a new one, I think. Wright C. Thank you, mate. Macedonian Marvel, Peter Dacos, obviously. The Horse, Johnny Longmire. And Robert Harvey as well. Chris Meister, Sportsmeister, Barry Young. I remember Barry Young. Peter Dacos from Alex Akaravas. Paul Lang said Peter Dean. So we've got a few footy fans kicking around. Sean Donovan, D-Man. Paul Chapman at Geelong.
Like that one.
Matsy123, Peter Dacos, the most talented player he's ever seen live. So that's not you, Luke. Martin Sanna, Peter Dacos, and Simon Preston Giacomo. So the Pies fans are up and about. The Gunners Down Under, the Arsenal supporters crew of Australia.
Mm-hmm.
So probably an Arsenal player. Simon Prestigiacomo they've nominated. So
Oh, wow. There you go.
Pies fans must have been really, really, I don't know. They must have had nothing to do this night.
No.
John Emery, the MVP, Kevin Durant.
Yep.
You the real MVP,
And-
Bozza.
That's all he's done.
Yeah, that's all he's done. No,
Okay.
Rod Harvey didn't get a gig. Reece Walzak, former Cy Young winner Justin Verlander, Ants. So
Yep.
good to see you've gone to Reece.
Yeah, I copied him.
References there. And one of our favourites to get an autograph from Barry Young. And what he says, signed his life away. What Reece means there, he's been Reece when we were kids used to go to Essendon training quite a bit, get autographs.
Yeah.
And for some reason, every single time we ended up with Barry Young's autograph about 3 times. So we've got about 15 Barry Young autographs. He never turned out. I wish it was Matthew Lloyd. Gareth, Arrogant Jesus, the Durantula, current MVP, Kevin Durant. And that's it. That's the 35.
Is there any more?
Oh, I just got one here from Luke Gordon.
Oh, yeah. Who's he nominate?
Number 35 has to go to Gordo. #gun.
Oh, there you go. I told you.
This guy has the same name as you.
All over Twitter. I told you. People know me. People are out there.
He has the same name as you, so that's a bit strange.
These things are strange.
That's a bit strange. So that's the 35s. Appreciate that. As always, catch us on Twitter at S7 Melbourne. Shoot in your numbers. Shoot in any topics you want to talk about, and we'll always give him a shout out. But without further ado,
Let's go
crack into
around
it.
the world.
No worries. Nice tweet, you idiots. All right, guys, we'll have a chat about what's been going on in sport for the last fortnight.
Sam,
What do you want to start with?
we
It's
have to
all
start
happening.
with Kyrgios.
Nick Kyrgios.
We have to start with the great man.
So it happened yesterday.
The best tennis player ever to play the game. Can I say that yet? Is that too early?
It's
Am
a
I being
little
too
bit
early?
early.
All right. Okay.
Multiple Grand Slam winner will
Yep.
be future.
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 number one.
What do you call it when you win all 4 Grand Slams 6 times in a row? Or is that just called an Ultra Slam or something? He's
Yeah.
going to do that as well. I know we're being a little bit cynical, Luke, but did you watch this game yesterday or catch any of it?
Do you know what? I'm honestly I'm really enjoying his work at the moment because it's just great to see a good Aussie kid getting stuff done on the tennis court.
Yep.
We haven't seen in a while.
From Canberra, I think.
Canberra, maybe.
Don't know about
Don't know how that happens a lot.
We can change that. I'm sure he went to Melbourne when he was a kid, maybe visited.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's definitely Melburnian.
Yep.
But
From
he's
Greensboro.
fantastic, and I mean, he's been doing some magical stuff, Sam, and I wanted to watch it, but 12:30 start sort of got me. And when I figured I was much like his mum, who said that I don't think he's going to be good enough.
Yeah.
Said, well, I'm just going to watch a 3-setter from
Swag meter.
Epic swag.
He's got it off the charts, hasn't he? So I think now Leighton Hewitt can retire. He was just waiting for someone to come along and take the torch. I think Leighton can just disappear.
Get him commentating. He's a fantastic tennis commentator, so that'd be great.
Yeah.
A few facts I've got here on him.
Yeah.
He was the first teenager to beat number 1 at a Grand Slam since who, Sam? In 2005, did it?
At Wimbledon?
No, in a Grand Slam.
Oh.
Who was the last teenager to beat a world number 1 at a Grand Slam?
Probably Leighton Hewitt, I'd say.
Rafael Nadal.
Oh, okay.
How's that for a bit of a thing? Next trivia
Speaking
quiz
of
for you,
swag,
mate.
Nick Kyrgios when he was a kid.
Wu-Tang shirt. Yes! We'll tweet that one out. That is amazing. What about the game beforehand where he had 9 match points against his name? The other he's going to Gaskev had 9 match points coming at him, and then he had 1. We had 1 match point. Just goes Wu-Tang. Much like your shirt, Wu-Tang.
Yes.
Wu-Tang with the ace.
Yeah.
Wins it.
So welcome Nick Kyrgios.
I've got more facts about him, mate. We're not stopping on him. I've got a few more facts. The highest ranked player he's beaten before he beat the number 1. Can you guess what it was?
76.
52.
Yeah, okay.
Just a big jump there.
Yeah.
Really big jump.
Okay. It was a good win. We get it.
Okay, we don't want to talk about that. Sweet.
What about Rafa afterwards? Good bloke?
Anyway, he said he was better.
Yeah.
It's better so that he didn't make any excuses. That was fantastic. Didn't make any excuses. Just said, "Yep, he was better than me today."
I saw it before. He basically said, "It happens. I'm off to Mallorca, gonna sit in the sunshine with my friends and family." And I'm thinking, makes me want to lose a little bit, you know? Like,
one more fact for you, Sammy. I love this one. He's the first player ever to beat Nadal that was born in the 1990s.
okay.
So that's a big fact. So there
What's
you go.
that?
I mean, that says more about Nadal than anything. Like, he's just been dominant.
Well, I mean, Rafa on grass isn't. Rafa on clay, then it'd be big.
He's won 2
Big
Wimbledon.
deal. I know. But his form lately has been a little bit up and down on grass anyway. But it's a good win, not taking away from him. So he'll be the king come January.
Hopefully, he just holds his cool head and his everything. He doesn't turn into a normal tennis player, we could say.
Well, he could easily slip that way, I reckon.
100%.
He's pretty outgoing.
19-year-old.
You know, people don't like outgoing.
Get him to schoolies, mate, and then he'll go from there.
People like outgoing when you're winning. If he starts to do some of that stuff when he's losing, it's not me, but I reckon some people will get on him.
Can he go the whole way? Can he win?
I don't know. He's playing Milos in the next one.
It's a big change up for person. So you have Nadal, who's like a lefty, who's a court runner. They've got big Milos, the big right hand.
Incidentally,
boom serve.
Milos with the greatest hair in tennis, and Kyrgios with the really least greatest hair. It's not great. It's a bit of a Preston kind of zigzag in the side sort of thing, but that's all right. Look, will he go all the way? Probably not.
Yeah.
But I hate. Can we just appreciate the way he won it instead of going, he beat Rafa Nadal, now he's going to win it all, and then it's just like, now all the pressure comes on him. Like,
yeah, he's now it's not like, now they're expecting him to win.
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean.
Now it
it's
gets
like,
really tough when they're expecting you to win.
It's like, you did so well as an underdog. Not anymore. You have to win everything.
Anything else on Wimbledon, Samuel?
Does he get Dirk? Nick Kyrgios?
100% he gets to.
Yeah, so shut it down. This week goes to Nick Kyrgios for just shutting the world of sport down. What a legend.
Shut it down! Let's go!
Ants, did you like his in between the legs shot? Did you see that?
Oh, pretty amazing.
That was ridiculous.
You don't usually see in between the leg
Yeah.
shots that go. You just see when you're running back with the ball and just chuck it back. That was got past me. Flung it back, winner.
Just swear the
Incidentally, ESPN Sports Center gave it number 2 top player.
Oh, there was a triple play in there.
Oh, I would have thought that would be number 1. With a bullet.
Triple play.
Having said that, 2 of Tim Howard's regulation saves were like number 7 and number 5, and it's like, come on, you could have put them together.
It is getting world notice though, this guy.
Yeah.
He's getting noticed.
Well, they didn't
all over
mention this from
America.
Australia, I noticed, on Sports
they
Center.
did.
Oh, they just said
You
this
gotta watch
young
the
kid.
whole broadcast.
Okay.
So,
And they did it.
yeah.
America's having a bit of a bad time in tennis at the moment. They're not going too well.
Really?
Yeah, apparently the worst one they've had in 103 years.
Serena Williams almost died in the court.
She really died, didn't she?
She did.
She couldn't serve.
She couldn't be bothered.
Do you know what
playing.
happened?
Yeah.
It was like the aliens came down with space like Space Jam and stole her talent. They're going
That's
to play
true.
the Looney Tunes because she was acting like she'd forgotten how to serve.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was a scene out of. It was only doubles. Who cares about doubles? No one plays doubles.
She served and it didn't make it to the net.
Yeah, I saw
That
that.
was crazy. And then she in her practice serve, she had a serve. And if she put it up in the air and she lost it, and then she tried to bounce on a racket, and fell over, pick it up. It was really bad.
She looked out of it, absolutely out of it. Speaking of, we'll talk about the World Cup, mate. We're down to the final 8.
Yep.
I gave my prediction 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, whatever. 4 weeks ago, I said Germany would win, and they're still there.
Still there.
But they're not looking very good. I will be honest. It's a funny situation at the moment. You got the big guns: Netherlands, Brazil, Germany. France, Argentina, and none of them. France may be the exception, are really playing that well. Brazil just scraped through by the skin of their teeth. Netherlands, they've got a young team up and down.
Sam, what's with them taking the whole game to score?
Yeah.
And then in the last extra time, they just go bang, 3 goals.
Well, my advice would be to anyone is if you're betting on the games, don't bet in 90 minutes because
No.
not a lot of them are getting decided in 90 minutes. Basically, once the knockout stages start, they get very cagey. People don't want to do anything out of the ordinary that will cost them the game because they might get murdered when they step off the plane. There is lives of danger. No, I'm only joking. But They do get very defensive. I think the story of the World Cup is Colombia. You've been watching Colombia,
I
Az?
love
I thought you were going to say Miguel was
Who?
the story of the World Cup. The Mexican coach. He's definitely the story of the
Oh,
World Cup.
okay. The lowest paid coach in the whole entire World Cup.
And he acts like it.
Really?
Yeah,
definitely
Ange
acts
is getting
like it.
paid more than him.
Yeah, Ange's on 1.7 million.
Really?
Fabio Capello's on about 19, I think,
Jeez.
and they didn't get past the group stage, Russia. So he's doing pretty well. What was I going to say? Well, few highlights. Yeah, Colombia, 9 points and a goal difference of +7 from the group. And we thought, okay, yeah, whatever. And then they came out and beat 2-0 Uruguay with James Rodriguez, who I'll admit, I watch a lot of football. I'd never heard of this guy before the World Cup. Apparently he plays for Monaco. Apparently he scored 9 goals or something. That's not too bad. But he's now the hottest player on the planet, 22 years old. And he might win the Golden Boot. He's on 5 goals. If you had to pick a form team to win the World Cup, you'd be on Colombia right now. Absolutely on Colombia. But
Doesn't work that way.
do they have it? Yeah, they're a young team. And
It's all about Messi.
another thing, Tim Cahill scored that ridiculous goal since we last.
Yep.
Yes, that was amazing.
That was good. Did you guys stay up at 2 o'clock and watch that?
I watched the first game, which was at 8 o'clock. Didn't stay.
This one was this on 2? Yeah, it was 2 as well, wasn't it?
The last
Yeah.
two were at 2.
The Netherlands one. I actually recorded it. I don't see why you would watch it live if you could just record it and get up and watch it. But I did that, and when he scored that goal, I was just like, "What the hell?" Like that was unbelievable. Left foot over your shoulder. I think it's the second best goal of the tournament, just behind Rodriguez's the other day. You reckon?
I gotta go with
I think
Cahill's.
technically Rodriguez's was at the front of the goal, so it's a lot harder, and with the chest and the volley, like, not taking anything, Cahill's goal is ridiculous, and I've only ever scored about 5 of those in practice, so, like, I'm joking. But it was incredible. Left foot over your shoulder is incredibly hard to do, but it is slightly easier than hitting it from directly out
What,
front,
you
I
reckon?
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on getting 2 yellow cards in the group stage? You can't play anymore.
Yeah.
tough going. That's
yeah,
tough
it is.
going.
It is pretty tough. It is pretty
Especially
tough.
when the only guy who can score gets the 2 yellow cards. Like,
Yeah.
it could be a bad call by the Youngs. And you get
There's been a lot of them.
been, yeah. So I don't like that.
Yeah,
If you get a red card, you're out. So if you get 2 yellow cards in a game and you get a red card, then you're out. I don't think you should get it over the group stage.
Yeah, and I agree, and I think they're going to look at that actually,
Because
because
we had no
it
chance of
is.
scoring in that last game. We had no chance.
No, and that's true.
Cahill's the only guy I could score for.
And the Spain game was funny. And did you see the Spain game? 2 a.m. No.
No, didn't bother.
David Villa, who just signed for Melbourne City, was playing.
Carved up. Carved them up.
Boy, did he dominate!
Yeah.
And these are players that are considered too good for the A-League. If he gets right service, he will have a field day. But that's another one. Who do you think's going to win, Ants? Do you revise your predictions? I don't know who you predict.
Yeah, I picked South Korea. They went amazingly.
What?
Yeah. I'm going to go with some sort of heritage of mine and go the Netherlands.
Oh,
The Dutch.
just ripping out the 10th generation heritage
Yep.
at World Cup time. I love it. I do it too.
Why not?
I do it too.
Reese, our overseas correspondent, reached out. He's 10th generation, said Poland as well. So yeah.
Didn't make it.
I don't know who I'm going to go for. I'm just going for soccer.
Okay.
I like it. I like
Colombia.
Messi. I
I'd
like
get on
Messi.
Colombia if I was you.
Yeah, I could jump on
Underdogs.
Colombia.
Costa Rica are the absolute underdogs.
Yeah,
no one
nice.
expected them to even win a game, and they're in the last 8 right now. So that's quite incredible. Quite incredible. Luis Suarez bit someone as well.
Did
So
just got the chomp on.
what he's done, unbelievable. You know, I was on him for Golden Boot. $41 he was paying. Scored 2 against England. Thought, here we go, and then just bite someone. So maybe that's
Yeah.
why he was at $41. It has unleashed some horrendous jokes on the internet, but we'll talk about that later.
What a crazy picture.
Yeah,
That's a bit of
he got suspended for 4 months for football-related activities, which means he misses 9 Liverpool games. And I argue legally, how can
They stopped that.
Liverpool be punished for something he's done on international duty?
I agree.
I mean, they still got to pay his wages. They still got to pay. They still got to, lost points that they might get.
But I
with him
suppose
not
there has to be
playing.
some sort of thing like that.
I understand that.
What
but-
about Ants? You want to tell us in the state of origin? If you do something wrong in the state of origin, are you suspended for your
Like something
club?
really bad?
Yes, you are. So,
Right.
it feels
So there was a
back down to
bite.
the
There
club.
was a bite in that, wasn't there too? Was that in the grand final? There was a bite.
Oh, that was in the grand final.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But he was suspended. He was eligible to play for his country, but he wasn't allowed to because he bit someone.
Okay.
Okay. So just don't bite people. I think is the
that's the number
overwhelming.
one thing here. Just don't bite people.
It's the third time he's done it, actually. So that's probably you should never have to have he bit someone with the end of the sentence being the third time he's done it. Like that's pretty ridiculous.
Like, what makes you think to bite?
I know, yeah.
When you're as good as he is. Too.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, and then the worst thing is he looks like he's got these big.
Did you hear his explanation? He said he tripped and fell.
Oh, my favourite part about the whole thing is when it all went down. Everyone's running around. The guy's got his shirt down, showing. And some two players from their team run over and try and pull his shirt.
Yeah, I know.
No, nothing's going on here. Nothing's going on at all. Just cover him up. It's all good.
Exactly right.
I heard when he was a young kid, he used to get teased because of his teeth, and the way he would retaliate he would bite them.
So it's been bred in from an early age.
That's the rumours.
That story could be completely
no good. No good at all.
Who knows?
Luis Suarez. He probably won't be at Liverpool.
I'm running with it. I'm happy to run with that story.
So he'll probably be at a different club anyway. So his new club will have to deal with 9-game suspension. I'm picking. Well, I'll stick with Germany.
You have to. You can't change.
Yeah, I know. But I was all in on Uruguay. God's sake.
Is there anyone going all right in our competition we're running?
Well, we ran a competition. All you had to do was pick a player that scored one header and one header only in the whole World Cup. And the only person right now who's got it is Alex Emery on Tim Cahill. So Alex can't lose. He can only be tied.
And then he has to go with the person who tries.
Don't
he gets only got 2 tickets.
I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do there. But we've got a few others that are still in. David Luiz is still in. Oh, geez, I can't even remember the other ones. But, yeah, there's a couple still in there. Incidentally, I know it's illegal, but my tip was Diego Godin from Uruguay. Scored a header the other day. So maybe I can go to the footy with Alex. Maybe I'll go to the footy with Alex. But, just a bit of get around myself there. All right, that's enough on the World Cup, mate. Did you want to touch on NBA or the...
I've got AFL lined up.
Oh, okay. Yep. Curveball.
Oh, go ball. Everyone take your time. All good. First of all, I just want to talk about Buddy Franklin and how well he is.
Do you know his name's actually Lance?
Lance Frankland.
Worse than Kenneth.
Lance has absolutely destroyed him back to his best footy at the moment. And I put to you, Sam, that he's already paid for himself. At $9 million over
Weren't 10 weeks ago we saying he's a waste of money?
He's now nearly in front of the Coleman, right? He's won at least 2 or 3 games off his own boot for Sydney. Their crowds have doubled inside. Like the same game they played the other week they had against Port Adelaide, it was up by 20,000 people.
I saw that,
They're selling so much merchandise, more merchandise, right?
Yeah.
The money that they're spending is nearly already coming back twofold because they've got Buddy Franklin playing for them.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know, maybe we were all saying how can you justify $9 million? Well, I'm pretty sure that's how you can do it.
Really? I think you're going a bit earlier. It's just a bit short-sighted. It's a couple of weeks. It's the same.
He's playing such.
I know, but it's the same case as if he has 3 bad games. It's not the end of the world. 3 good games, it's not the greatest thing in the world. Just see it out.
Okay.
It's a long time.
Moving on to, I think, I'm willing to pass on the Flog Belt Award. I'm willing to transfer the Flog Belt to someone new.
Okay.
And I've got 2 nominees. Okay.
Dermot's a pretty good holder.
Dermot's been good, but he hasn't done anything really.
Oh, he's consistent.
He's got to compete.
He's so consistent.
He's so consistent. I turn him off every time he comes. But I have 2 very consistent people. Okay. First one is Mick Malthouse because he's just a sook. Okay. He's complaining about everything. Now he's complaining about AF free agency. Just deal with it, mate. Carlton's not that good.
He is a grumpy old man.
Make excuses and get stuck in it, everyone, because you're not winning games.
He's lost the plot, Mick. It's like when Kevin Sheedy was at the end of his days at Essendon. It's just get out of town. Yeah. It's passed you by.
So I've got Mick, and then I've got the Scott brother who coaches North Melbourne.
I say it's a... Can we have a tag team Flog Belt?
Because Scott is by far... The way he's going about footy at the moment... How about the Rockcliffe issue that happened on the weekend? They win a game by a kick. Rockcliffe gets right into Brett Harvey and said, "Where were you that time, mate? You went missing." I think there was a few more explosives in there, sort of thing. So it was sort of a bit on. And Brett Harvey, being the absolute toolbag that he is, goes straight up to him and is like, "Oh, what do you mean, mate? What do you mean with this?" Straight into it. It's like, you've just lost, mate. Don't make it worse for yourself. Yep. And then Jonathan Browning's being presented, right, and doing a speech. You know, this is... Scotty. Which is it, Brad Scott?
Yeah, it's Brad.
I'm just googling it now. I just hate them both, so I usually
hate them
just
both,
talk
but there's
about
one
them.
that's so much worse than the other one. But that's only because Geelong are winning.
Just
But,
their face.
Brad
Yeah,
Scott
anyway.
played footy with big
Brownie.
and he's doing
Turn
a
around,
speech about
turn
his final thing, and he turns around, walks off on him while he was doing his speech to go yell at Rockcliffe, and he said, "All I want to tell him is you're better than that, mate. You did not say that. You went over there straight in and had a big go at
That
it."
face.
Oh, it's just a face you want to punch.
I know. Yeah, I like that one. I really do like Brad Scott one. I
think
like
Brad Scott has so many elements to it. I mean, your Mick, he's a sook, but he's a grumpy old man, so that's okay. We could probably leave him aside.
But it doesn't get you angry.
I'm just saying, Mick's on notice.
Okay. Yeah.
Mick's on notice.
Okay.
But I really think Brad Scott has stepped up to the plate. He's taken on Dermot, and I reckon he's got the belt. What do you think?
I think we monitor it.
Oh,
If you could come up with a list of 5 things,
he has an excuse every time.
I'm happy to go with
He has
it.
an excuse
No, things that have actually happened. I mean, like that time that he...
You give me 5 things that Dermot
Remember
has
that time he cracked it that the roof was open? Left open?
Yeah.
Give me more like that, and
What
I think
about
we can
the
do it.
time when he walked into a press conference and he grabbed the opposition's big banner behind it and threw it on the ground?
Yeah,
like
okay, that's 2. I like it.
2. Rockcliffe.
I say we put it out to the listeners. I honestly...
Rockcliffe.
Yeah.
Okay, I've given you 3 now. That's a count. Walking off on Brownie when he was doing his speech. That's 4, right?
His
And
face.
Just being in his face. That's 5. What has Dermy got? You give me 5 from Dermy.
Alan Christensen being in Lara.
Yeah, that was a great one.
The article about Anzac Day being about him when he played for Collingwood for about 3 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
Every time Essendon and Hawthorn play.
Yeah, every time
Front
they
page of
lose,
the Herald.
every time Brad Scott loses.
Front page of the Herald Sun
Yes.
holding a burnt Essendon jumper.
It's
I'm going to have to say the belt stays with Dermy.
Yeah.
Why?
Brad Scott hasn't really got the runs on the board yet.
Oh,
Got to give him a few more weeks.
They can have a rematch. Like, he can take the belt off him and have a rematch. But I just think,
That's fine.
put it out to the listeners, please.
I am putting it out.
Away. Brad Scott or Dermot Brereton should have the Flog Battle Award now. And I think that I'll get some good backing. But, moving on, that's all I've got in AFL, Sam. Have you got much else? Otherwise, the season's going on like normal.
Yeah, AFL's alright. I was going to talk about attendances. I might talk about that later.
Can we talk about the new footy show that's coming up, the Recruit?
Okay, yeah.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
So they're going to have an AFL recruit and they're going to get an actual AFL contract.
Yeah.
I bet that AFL contract goes St Kilda. You just watch. You watch this.
I thought it was GWS or something.
Oh, will it?
Are they not going to the draft? No.
Oh, do they?
No, they get an AFL
Really?
contract to a team. They become rookie listed.
Ah.
That's the same that they did for soccer and they did for cricket. Melbourne Victory had a play. It's never worked. Sydney FC were the first ever one ever, and the guy did his ACL in his first ever game, never played again.
Did he
The
actually play for?
Why isn't he?
No, he played for the youth
My
team.
point is, why aren't these guys already playing AFL football if they're good enough to?
Yeah, I know, and it's just to get. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know, and they had a cricket one, and I couldn't tell you where he is now. I don't know, but I know Victory had Luke Pilkington, and he played a couple of Champions League games, but he just wasn't up to it. He's in the state leagues now, I believe. But bring back the club with Archie.
Yes, the Hammerheads.
That was a lot better. The Hammerheads.
We should do Legends match just quickly.
Oh yeah, EJ Whitten Legends match.
First of all, big hats off to Hutchie. He needs to commentate more often because he was hilarious. He was just picking out everyone. He had some really good one-liners. He was coming off his belt. I reckon get Hutchie in the box. I'll press red for Hutch.
The only show that I ever listened to on SEN is Off the Bench with Hutchie. That's
He's
just the best show on radio. So I'll give you credit there. He's growing on me, Hutchie. He owes me some tickets from a competition that I won.
Really?
Yeah, I won an NFL tip the right score competition.
Yeah.
Sweet mate, I'll send you some tickets. No worries. Didn't hear anything for 3 months. Rang them up. Where are my tickets? Oh yeah, no worries. What's your address? Blah blah blah. No worries. I think it's been about 6 months now. Haven't got them. So
classic Hutchie.
Guess that's how he operates. On blast, Hutchie. But no, that's all right.
I like Hutchie.
Yeah, I think it was okay. I don't think you can put that commentary into full-time and stuff. But
massive crowd.
that was weird.
Where'd it come from?
Because I've watched a lot of Eddie games this year and the crowd hasn't looked like that.
Right. Well, one, do you know what it was? Is that level 2, anyone was last in level 2. So it wasn't just level 1, level 3.
Yeah.
So it was level 1, level 2, everyone just sat in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it should be.
No, it's not, because the level 2 are corporate seats that you sell off for a profit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But still, I'm just saying it was a good crowd. And how do you feel about the amount of the airtime the female footy player got?
What is she?
Okay,
I only watched the last quarter.
A story behind her is that she kicked 100 goals in the season for a season up in Darwin. Okay.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. She kicked 100 goals a season. She's also a female bodybuilder. So
Body
she's got
sculptor.
Body sculptor.
There's a difference?
Yeah.
Oh, is female sculpting?
No.
No, it's like where they stand
It's
on
not
stage
building.
and flex.
It's not
They stand on
getting
stage
bigger.
and flex.
Yeah.
And pretty much because she's fairly good looking, she got pushed a bit further than she probably should have. She didn't even get into that. You know how the Bulldogs and Melbourne hold a female game? They get the best female footy players and hold it. She wasn't even in contention for that. So she's nowhere near the quality.
She's probably a marked
best.
woman next time she plays. Did Campbell Brown creeping a little?
A lot. Creeping a lot.
I loved Carl Stefanovic after the game. And they said, "Oh, what was it like playing on Campbell Brown?" He goes, "Oh, well, we all know Campbell Brown is an absolute tool tosser."
Yeah. He was a right Carl for a guy from Sydney. He was good. He got a bit of airtime too, as they do for pumping their shows up. But that's okay because I like Carl, so that's all good.
Yeah.
I was good. I reckon it was one of the better ones. They had some funny stuff happen. Everyone got involved. There's always idiots that take it a bit too seriously, like Osborne.
He took a hanger. That was a nice hanger though.
And one of my favourite was it Langdon? Is it? Carl Langdon was playing.
Did he?
Yeah. Carl, so I don't know. Hachi said, "How's he playing?" Anyway, he gave him a little bit like, I bet he's happy to be called a legend.
Oh, okay.
Do they meet his brother? I don't know. Okay. There's a few in there that I'm like, a bit dubious.
I think guys like David Roden and Brent Guerra probably shouldn't play.
But David Roden did some funny stuff. Yeah.
No, but
they've just
they're
come out.
so good.
Yeah. So did Campbell Brown.
Yeah, they're so good. It's pretty ridiculous.
David Roden running out and jumping the crowd. Great.
Yeah, that was
great.
Yeah.
There was some fantastic.
It would have been a bit too long on the EJ Witten Legends.
Why does it start at 8:30?
Why is this the most interesting thing that's happened in footy this year?
Yeah,
that match. I actually enjoyed watching that.
I did
probably more than any AFL game this whole entire year.
I've enjoyed it. I mean, I'm voting for St Kilda, so I've enjoyed any game that looks like.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
Anyway, we should move on.
NBA draft.
We didn't even talk about Russell Gilbert quickly.
Hey, we just had a tweet from G Smith S. Germany. Years of consistency. #flog.
But then we're never going to pass the belt over. It's
1-0.
I mean, you could have someone be the
he's
best
like John
ever,
Cena.
and then someone beats him, and then he gets it, and then he's got to keep.
He's Ric Flair.
With Dermy's consistency, he should be able to get it back very quickly.
He's Ric Flair.
I'm just saying,
the belt.
Then we've just decided that he should never get it taken off him.
What do we have to do? Create a separate hardcore belt for Brad Scott.
I just think we should treat it like it's. I reckon we should just give it to him, and then Dermy win it back next week.
Okay.
But anyway.
Okay.
I think otherwise we're just never going to get it off Dermy because no one's going to be a bigger flog than Dermy. But the thing is, though, that people are bigger flogs during the year.
Okay. As to what's going on with Todd Carney?
Todd Carney, what's going on? He's a flog. He should get the flog belt.
For people from Melbourne, can you fill us in what he's done? He's a good candidate for the flog belt, Todd Carney. He's a serial offender.
He is a serial offender with years of
practice. Fences.
So what he did recently, I woke up. I can't remember what day. I think it was Sunday morning. So the Cronulla Sharks have had a pretty horrible year, and they had their first win in a while on Friday night. So they came back. Yeah, they came back. They thought they'd go out and have a little bit of a celebratory drink on the Saturday night. And a little picture pops up all over the internet with Todd Carney apparently bubbling. So, for those who don't know,
I can't believe that's a thing.
I don't really want to explain it.
I want to hear Ant explain it.
No, I'm not going to explain it.
Who took the photo?
That I'm not too sure of.
No, the guy came out and got an interview, didn't he? And they're like, oh, yeah, the guy took the photo.
Oh, really?
Optical illusion.
Hey, Todd! You have a photo, mate? Yeah. Like that Dennis Lilly had. I haven't seen it.
So, in the end, Todd Carney has been sacked from the Cronulla Sharks and banned for life from the NRL.
Oh, life?
Banned for
life.
Really? Is that a culmination of things?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not over the one incident.
It's not just the one thing. It's
What's his other incidents?
So,
how long have we got?
Yes, it's all stemming back to 2007. In a high-speed police chase.
Okay, yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Well, I think
he should be playing NFL.
Him and another player. Well, he was with another player when the other player took a dump in a hotel hallway.
Loves this sort of stuff.
Urinating under tables. Who hasn't done that, Luke? I can't remember the
Crazy.
other one.
I just feel like he's a bit. He should a guy who probably should never have a beer. That's what seems to be more like it.
This guy he won the Brownlow equivalent, the Dally M. So that was the year apparently he didn't have a drink. So he can play football or rugby league reasonably well when he's off the booze, but apparently he's got the little devil on his shoulder saying, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
You wonder where he'll end up without rugby, you know? He could go right off the rails. Probably a good chance.
I'll say it again. You are
just hang out with Jimmy O'Connor. I'd love to see them just gap year. James O'Connor, Todd Carney, gap year.
Yeah, I reckon it'd be better than Hamish and Andy.
Can we please do that? Someone's got to do that.
Someone's got to pay for that.
Someone's got to have the money to invest, and we'll just write the rest, okay?
7-mate. It can be a really good 7-mate show.
Yeah, so Todd Carney, no good. Now, we're up to 40 minutes, but we'll touch on NBA, Luke. A couple of things, finance, a couple of things. We'll talk about the draft first, and a big congratulations to Dante Exum, who went to pick
Australians
5.
Australians are killing it.
Yep. So what was the reaction from everyone? Have you noticed people talking about it?
Do you know what's so strange? Is that all they want to do is get around your mate Paddy Mills, right?
Yeah.
About everything he does.
Yeah.
If he bounces the ball 5 times, they're like, oh, he bounced the ball 5 times. Like, it's amazing. But this guy, he's gone pick 5, and there hasn't been that much news coverage of him.
No, there hasn't.
You're right.
One, because there's not much footage of him, because he's done the smart thing as a draftee and said, you know what, I've been seeing in the Olympics doing amazing things. Stop playing. Because as soon as you play more, you draft.
You see a lot of people have that extra year in college and just kind of stuff it up completely.
Yeah, so that's why he did the right thing and just stopped. He's like, this guy and that.
College ain't good for anyone, kids, if you're listening.
Exactly right. Don't stay in school.
Yeah.
But he's there and he got pick number 5.
Going to Utah.
Do you know what? He'd be shattered with that because two more picks and he had Boston and Lakers.
Exactly right. Yeah.
And he doesn't even fit in at Utah. But you have to share the time at point. Hopefully you will get to do that. But he would have fit in so well to Lakers.
It's good to see on the draft thing. Andrew Wiggins, Kansas. Jabari Parker, Duke. Joel Embiid, Kansas. Dante Exum, Australian Institute of Sport.
Yeah.
So that's it's not something you see every day there. So good on him. And he had the Melbourne Australia thing inside his suit, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just a young kid from Melbourne, Australia, so that's pretty cool. You know, I think people have a lot of. I think people just look at him and go, "Oh, he's American. Been here for 2 years, sort of thing."
I think that's what it is.
Been here for a couple of years, and then you hear him speak, and it's like he actually born here and grew up here. Like he's dead set. He's as Australian as me. You know.
Do you know what else is? What might have taken the shine of it is when what's his name went number 1. Everyone said, "Oh, he's Australian." Kyrie Irving.
Who said that? Only Australians.
Yeah, but because they were
I think Melburnians really.
No, but then they said that, and then they said this other guy who looks like he's from America, and that's being said, and they don't realise he's from Melbourne and being grown up in the here.
We had last year, Luke, when we did the thing, we had the best names from the NBA draft. The NBA draft and the NFL are often par with really good names.
Yeah.
This one is not so good.
Okay,
that's pretty boring.
We were hoping
Exum might be winning.
We were hoping to beat Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and who was the other one last year?
Oladipo, no.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, whatever him.
Yeah, no.
We had a couple. Clay Anthony Early.
Yeah.
Clay Anthony Early.
That's not a bad one.
Doug McDermott.
I want him to hit a big 3, and the commentator just go, "Okay, Anthony leaving early."
Yeah, Clay Anthony. But there really is not. There's a lot of Xavier, Roy, Alec Brown, Cameron Bairstow, also Australia, Jordan Clarkson, Nick Johnson. So it's come full circle, really.
Any Kiwis?
No Kiwis. A lot of Europeans. And a big shout out to Toronto for drafting a guy from Brazil described as 2 years away from being 2 years away from being maybe a player.
Easy.
That is
top 20 pick.
Amazing analysis. And I love the analysis as well on Twitter when Dante Exum got picked. The first thing that came up on my thing was 3AW. Dante Exum being picked number 5 to Utah. Neil Mitchell says, he seems like a good boy. So that's analysis. That is
good on you, Neil.
For anyone overseas, that's probably close you get to NBA analysis
in
the mainstream media over here. So that was pretty good.
Hopefully he puts Australian basketball back on the map because he has the ability to, but he also has the ability to disappear into nowhere.
It's anything on the draft, mate? Did you enjoy it? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Gordo's cousin went 4th, which was good.
Yep. Oh, Azza. Yeah, he should be good.
Hit him up for tickets.
Yep.
No, nothing really to report. It was pretty boring.
Yeah.
Well, not boring, but
Couple
it was,
of trades.
Yeah. It's good to see LeBron getting what he wanted. And he wanted Shabazz Napier, and he got him.
Yeah.
So
Make it
pretty
happen.
much
Imagine if he
running
doesn't
the show
resign.
down in Miami. I don't care. Good on him. He can do what he wants.
So
He's done his time.
good segue though.
For
LeBron James?
LeBron James.
What's he done?
He's now a free agent.
He is.
The only
Yeah,
thing
his
that could have knocked Luis Suarez off the back page, LeBron James opted out of his contract. Clever, I would too. And now we're just going to play the game.
I mean, a few fun facts about that is how I love how you can try and figure out what he's doing. Like, most likely, there's only two teams I reckon he can go to, and that's back home to Cleveland or stay in the Heat. Most likely stay in the Heat.
Yeah. Well, Cleveland will be tough now. Kyrie Irving just signed a $90 million
huge contract. So obviously he's not going there. So yeah, well, he's not going anywhere then.
Unless they want to trade away all their pieces. But
how funny. And then people are like, oh, where's he going?
Dallas.
And then of course Dallas are getting him.
Until
Could you imagine Dallas?
until his contract rates about
Dallas
there,
is
Cuban
for-
goes, nah.
Dallas is for old people, old white guys, and that's all you get there. and that's all, like these guys, I can't imagine ever thinking, do you know what, I want to go play at Dallas. These big guys, they wouldn't want to do it. But one thing I saw, that first thing he did on social media, Sam, you told me he took Miami Heat out of his description on Twitter.
Which is, in 2014, that is a news story. Because I always like to think, does he go to his computer, log in, settings, edit? Do you reckon he'd do that, or do you reckon he'd have someone who
Yeah, someone else doing that for him.
I don't know.
Can you picture him tweeting on a phone? Like, I always imagine if you lost
Shaq would have
imagine
an
you
iPad
lost your
Twitter.
phone, right? And you were logged in to LeBron James's account. And I mean, people go, oh, it's just a Twitter account, it's just a Twitter account.
No,
but
it's not.
he has 13.5 million followers.
So you reckon?
Can you imagine getting your product or your brand or something you're trying to sell out to 13 million people with the click of a button? That thing would be worth, to get an ad that goes to 13.5 million people who are real and who are seeing it right there is, anyway, I'm just saying.
No, yeah, he
it's
must do it
ridiculous.
himself.
So I always wonder how these athletes tweet.
He must do it himself.
But there must be
I reckon
some.
he
Do
does it
you reckon
himself.
there's some program designed for athletes which is like has extra super security on it so no one can get into it and everything has to be signed off by
Might come
your
with the
manager,
point,
has to be signed off by your media guy, has to be signed off by you, and then they can post it. I don't know. It just seems. Or is it as simple as opening an iPhone and
I think
going?
it's much into it.
When
Do
it
you
comes
reckon?
I think so.
when
Yeah.
it comes to Instagram, the first thing he put up on Instagram was him watching him in his living room, like footage of him in his living room watching the movie about him in the Fab Five, saying, I can't wait to go back to see these boys over the summertime. Like, ooh, he's heading back to Cleveland.
Yeah.
But like, so he must use his phone for that, and if that's the sort of thing.
Yeah, I know.
He must have the account on his phone. But I'd still reckon someone else has the account on their phone.
Yeah, it's
Under lock and key.
it's just something you cannot afford to lose.
No.
13.5 million, like you can charge people $1 million to put an ad on there. Anyway, just thinking business wise. So LeBron wants people around him, so he wants people to help him out.
You got to get rid of Wade.
Heard today Wade and Bosch are willing to take less money.
How do you feel about me saying
So
that?
stay?
You gotta get
I
rid of Wade?
agree.
Yeah.
Wade's too old.
Would you want them all to just re-sign and business to be usual?
Yeah, well, if Wade and Bosch sign for less for what they are actually worth, then I'm happy with that.
Yeah, and apparently the hunt's off for Kyle Lowry for the Heat, and it's all Pau Gasol now.
Yeah, I saw that, and I heard they got in contact with Big Pal.
Yep.
Oh, they need to spread
If
the
they
court.
do-
I think it's a 3-point shooter to spread the court.
He is a three-point shooter.
Power.
Yeah. He's been shooting the ball
You're
threes
stretching
lately.
it there.
That's what I hated about the Heat in the finals was Chris Bosh just kept thinking he was Boshevich and just standing in the corner trying to bomb threes. Just like, come on, mate, you've done it a few times, but let's not get comfortable
That's
now.
the way you win the finals these days. If you can't shoot the three
The
ball,
only
then you
team that
won't
can
win.
beat them was San Antonio Spurs and Dallas, obviously. So they've still a fair shot to have the same team and still go all the way.
So
They'll be losing a few players.
So the merry-go-round of NBA goes round and round again.
And it's the best time
We start the silly season, and
where Dallas is getting every single player, but end up with no.
Dirk's a free agent. He could leave.
Dirk's not going anywhere.
He could leave.
who would want him?
Yeah,
Who
true.
would want him? Anything else we'll touch on there, or
Patty Mills.
What has he done?
Breaking news, broke his shoulder.
Oh.
Too much tail waving. So,
what?
Too much tail waving. They said no, it was from your tail waving. Actually,
Really?
Yeah.
Rotator cuff.
Rotator cuff injury. So he's out for 7 months.
Okay.
Not playing for Australia in the World Cup.
That's actually, seriously, that's pretty unlucky for him because he was on the cusp of just signing a...
Yeah, I know.
Well, I don't know if he was, but he probably would have.
He would have got a big contract.
Yeah, he would have got
season.
Even the Knicks were looking at him and that sort of stuff. So it's got to be crushing to work that hard for your dream and then you finally...
He's going to be terrible.
Is there a World Cup?
Apparently.
Get around it. We're going to Fed Square to watch it at 1 in the morning.
Yeah, man. Where do we play that?
I don't even know.
State Netball and Hockey Centre. Imagine if they did that. Imagine if the World Cup was in Australia and they played the State Netball and Hockey Centre.
Where else did they play it? Dandenong,
Glasshouse.
Ringwood, Baronia.
Etihad. They put a cord on Etihad and you can sit in the seat still. Anyway.
Russell Gilbert refereeing. Anything else you want to touch on there?
Sport-wise, I think we've covered most things.
Okay.
I think we need to get into some more quirky stuff and get a bit of get Dinkum.
Sounds good. We'll jump into that now. 50 minutes.
Is that all?
Oh.
There's always going to be more news.
Oh, yeah.
Go on, you slice.
Sorry, mate. Can't spare a square.
Oh.
Spoke to Real Walls the other day.
Yeah, so did I.
Oh, we're live on air, aren't we?
Yeah, you had your stories.
Answer's walked out. The contract is not up to scratch. And he's had enough. It's nice knowing him. We wish him all the best.
We got retweeted.
I saw it. Now we play the waiting game. All right, Get Dinkum and Get Around is a segment where we get Dinkum to bad stuff and anything good that you liked in a fortnight of sport, we get around it and give a few compliments. Luke, so do you want to start to ask? Oh,
yeah, sure, mate. I've got a soccer one to start from the World Cup.
Football.
Tim Howard.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper for America.
Got Tourette's.
Has he?
Yeah.
Sweet. Cool for him. So he's a good goalkeeper. He was their main player. You could say America have. Stopped the most goals in a game. This World Cup, he's stopped the most goals.
Had the most saves?
That's
saves? Probably a better way of
phrasing had the most saves. Same thing.
Because he still conceded two.
Anyway, we love Wikipedia, how you can change it and you can put your own thing in.
Yeah.
The Secretary of Defense for the United States of America is now Tim Howard. So,
what a classic.
That's great. Secretary of Defense for the United States of America.
I heard
the incumbent Tim Howard.
On SportsCenter before, they said someone tried to follow Tim Howard on Twitter, but it got blocked. Absolute classic. Just the top of the line stuff. So... he most saves in a World Cup match ever. That's
16.
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. But if you're in a back four, if you're in the defence and you go, oh yeah, our keeper make 16 saves today and we still conceded two, you're just like, we probably didn't have a great.
No, and a lot of the shots were one-on-one.
Yeah, I don't think they deserved to win. I think they definitely could have got it to penalties. Definitely.
They should have won the game in the last 60 seconds. Anyway.
Well, they wouldn't have won. They would have tied it, but
no, because it was 0-0. They went into the game 0-0 and just 60
in the
game,
regulation time.
And they had that easy.
Okay.
Sam, does he even watch soccer?
Sorry. I watched two games that went into extra time back to back today. They blew it into each other and they weren't very good.
Holiday life.
So that's a good one. Getting around Tim Howard. I like Tim Howard. On the World Cup theme, I'm getting around other sports supporting their World Cup nations. Now, by what I mean there is NFL teams, NBA teams, WWE wrestlers, athletes, Robert Griffin, all getting around Team USA. In their case, a lot of English people getting around England, even though they're no good. people getting around France. Oh, that's Roger getting around Switzerland. Did you see him tweeting this morning with something over his head saying how nervous he was? Just people getting around their nations. And shout out to Australia as well. Carlton wore Socceroos jerseys when they did training as a show of support. I believe they played soccer down at Geelong yesterday as well. So that's good to see. I like it.
America, though, you can't compete with, because if you put USA in front of any on any sort of jersey, and they're just going to go, BOOM!
Exactly right.
They don't even know it.
But to see the guys like Buffalo Bills and Seattle Seahawks tweeting out their, well wishes for Team USA, I reckon that's awesome. It kind of brings the country.
The best thing about America, though, is that they just love sport.
The Chicago Bears opened their field, and everyone was just allowed to go on their field and watch the game.
Have you seen the baseballers watching it before the games? Yeah, they're sitting.
They had the game on at the Marlins Park.
Oh, really?
On one of the big screens. So
it's
taken
by storm. Yeah, it's great, and I love to see that.
How will it go in America? Because it's got a lot of. It's got a big.
I think I've been reading a lot about it, and a lot of people. Some people are saying soccer has arrived. Now. Because apparently it was huge over there, like bigger than ever before for some reason. But I think the gut feeling is it'll just go back to normal, and in 4 years' time they'll just get around.
Yeah, I think so too. It's because I think baseball's trailing behind now as the fourth most watched sport sort of thing. So they're saying, could soccer take that?
I would expect that 100%. 100%. Baseball is.
Timmy Cahill's been nominated for an Emmy over there in America.
What for?
For his work at the Red Bulls.
Oh, okay.
I think they're trying to claim him after that goal. But, I'll do that.
Yeah. Getting around Tim Cahill?
No, I'm getting...
Oh, that wasn't part of it. Okay, yeah.
I was going to get Dinkum, but I'm sort of now going to get around because Ant said he was going to South Korea in the soccer. He was pretty pumped about that.
Well, it's Korea Republic, I believe. Yeah. If you want to be...
Anyway, he loves it. And anyway, when they came back from the airport... they were put on a show for a photo sort of thing. Welcome back. Thanks for what you did in the World Cup.
Which is nothing.
Nothing. Upon arrival, they got the fans threw taffy at them. Taffy. Apparently, this is a very big insult. Taffy,
really?
Chewy lollies.
Very dishonourable.
I don't really get what it means, but... who knows what South Korea are doing most of the time. But this big, scary country, South Korea, it's bang. They're just throwing chewing.
So in Colombia, Andres Escobar gets shot when he gets off the plane, and in Korea, they throw taffy at you.
Taffy.
I think if you're in Korea and you get taffy thrown at you, if that's the worst thing that happens to you, you're probably
in South Korea, the term "eat taffy" is something used as an insult.
Oh, really? I'm going to use that one.
Just go eat some
Next
taffy.
time you want to swear, just say "eat taffy," mate, and see what they have to say. Ants?
We touched on the NBA draft before, and Isaiah Austin.
Yep.
He was when he was a young kid, he had his retina detached. So he hasn't had the best of luck. So basically through college, he was playing with one eye.
Yep.
He was a big prospect to be drafted. And then he got diagnosed with Marfan syndrome, whatever that is.
Yep.
And so the NBA decided, out of good nature, to draft him. And when he finishes college, he will be employed by the NBA.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a great gesture by the NBA.
They are so good at that.
And they did that really well.
Americans.
The way that in between the picks, they said...
And the 16th pick, the NBA
Did he know that was coming?
I think so.
Okay. Because that was so good. They do it so well. They really do. And Adam Silver is kicking goals left, right, and
so many goals.
He's doing so well.
He's got that many brownie points saved up.
He's going to have something. I mean, but the sad thing about it is that any sort of sponsorship in the background of that picture was not going to be able to be seen because between the two of them, they had the biggest ears combined. Austin and Sylvia had a wall of ears going across.
It's almost as if Adam Silver's got like an affair with his wife coming.
Oh, something's coming. Perfect.
Something's coming. Have you ever heard of the horror character Slender Man?
No.
Okay.
I've heard about it. Yeah.
Adam Silver looks identical to Slender Man, which is a fictional horror character, but. Anyway, that's for another story. But yeah, he looks a lot like that. That's just putting it out there. But yeah, that was great. I really like that, and that they do that so well, so well.
Get around Russell Gilbert, mainly for the fact that I've come to the decision that he just rocks up on the day. They don't even call him. Like, he was not mentioned once during the whole thing. Beforehand, he was never mentioned. All of a sudden, he's running water. They're like, "Oh, Russell's here." Oh, just give me a run his uniform. He's stolen a uniform underneath, and he's tried to run in the last quarter in his uniform, which I called, which he was always going to do.
Yeah.
It's like, same gag every year.
But they didn't even acknowledge it.
Nah.
They're just like, oh, Gilbo's down there, moving on.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Because they're all just sit there and they go, oh, Russ is here again.
oh, God.
So if you're not him, just keep coming back. He's like,
Do you reckon he went to an
there.
after party?
Oh, sure he did.
That would have, yeah.
Sure he did.
But how do you get in? He's got to have a pass.
Oh, no, they'll just get down there. He'll go, oh, Russell's here.
Gilbo.
Let him in. All right, let him in. I thought I might have found the American version of Russell Gilbert.
Yeah.
He's Carlton Banks.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
who that is?
Yeah, from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Anyway, just throwing the first pitch as Carlton Banks
Oh.
in a minor league ball game. That show's been over for so long, and I've never seen him in anything else but this. But he's holding on to the Carlton Banks character
Yeah, I know.
like it's never going to be let go.
That's
So,
pretty poor. That is pretty poor. I hate it when people do that and they try and cling on. I'm getting around myself for
Okay. Jeez, Sam.
A
More
year-
dedicated the show
2
to me.
years ago, my big prediction was AFL attendances would be in turmoil, and I think they are.
Yeah.
40,000 to Collingwood Carlton, which is the lowest those two have ever played at the MCG for 93 years.
But get around the AFL for coming up, putting their hand up and saying, yep, we've stuffed up here,
Yep.
7 o'clock games on a Sunday night. Don't
And it was
we're not doing
absolutely
again.
freezing outside.
Pouring rain.
Yeah, but there's others that Eddie had as well that are getting 8 people in a dog.
That was Dogs Demons, and I was
No, there's way more than that. The Collingwood Dogs the week before, Collingwood
bad.
game, mate, it was half full. It's half full.
Was it a home Collingwood home game though?
Essendon played Melbourne. There was no one there. Like down the road, Essendon played Melbourne. There
That
was
was
no one there.
40,000 though.
But I've already told you
Which
Sam,
one?
The Essendon Melbourne one
Yeah,
at the MCG.
Essendon is the second biggest club in the whole entire state.
I think that was reasonable.
I
No,
think
I
that
think
I think
it's
the problem
terrible.
with footy is at the moment, and they've got to stop worrying about. Yep, there's no crowds. That's because we're focusing on TV, and if they're going to get the money for the TV rights, and they're going to give every game live at different times every day just to fit in the TV, then you're not going to get people to the crowd, and they're going to be happy with that. I keep saying, make TV memberships, but
I'll leave you with this: Collingwood Carlton 40,000, Melbourne Victory 43,000. I'll leave you with that.
Well, what game was that one?
Melbourne Victory
Okay,
during the year
what
43,000.
time they play?
Irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant.
Football fans will turn up to watch their team.
Was it in summer or was it raining and pouring in 5 degrees?
From
Was it Etihad? mate?
Victory play Tuesday night games and we still go watch. You just go watch whenever. It's not a convenience. It's just
I remember
go
next
support
time
your
it's
team.
5 degrees and pouring rain, you decided not to go.
Just saying. Do you ever think you'd see that ever in your life?
Well, the thing that you're saying is that that's the best game that they've ever had, and this is the worst game AFL's ever had. So you're comparing
not true.
AFL's worst to
No, I'm comparing the
A-League's
two biggest clubs in Victoria to the 2 biggest clubs in Victoria. That's if it was Bulldogs Melbourne, then I'd say yeah. I'm not comparing apples and oranges, but Carlton Collingwood 40,000. That's a worry, and people can deny it all they want, but
I'm not denying it,
AFL,
I'm admitting it.
AFL and rugby are just not
Yeah,
kicking
rugby's a
goals
lot worse
at the
for it.
moment, and basketball
In saying
and
that,
soccer
Sydney had
are
20
kicking goals
Sydney
left,
had
right, and centre.
20,000 more people at their game, so it works both ways.
But we know how Sydney works because they're winning. As soon as they start losing, they'll go. GWS have had 6 people to their games this year. 6 people. When they
Same
start
6
winning,
people. Same 6 people.
when they start winning, they'll get players. They'll get fans. I'm just saying, AFL having a shocking trot at the
Yeah,
moment,
it's terrible.
and soccer and tennis and basketball. Good news stories left, right, and centre. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Get around Martin Gortat.
Marcin.
Marcin, for going to basketball sort of squad camp, they called over in America,
Yeah.
in a tank,
Okay. Yeah, I saw
in a
that.
full-blown tank, just going to a thing. Where was he?
He
He was in,
is from a
he was
war-torn
in
country.
Poland. He was in Poland.
Poland's not still a war-torn country.
Oh,
It
and,
was.
Why?
and Tat was up the top holding the machine gun. Like, it wasn't like he was doing it because he had to get through a war-torn country of Poland.
Yeah.
So good on him.
It's not 1944.
How are we getting there? Do you want to take the tank? Yep, we'll take the tank. I'll
John,
hold the machine
do
gun.
you
He
reckon
can afford it now.
that
We'll
is
probably
so
afford that.
gangster?
Yeah, he just tried to massive.
J.R. Smith wants to be getting around in a tank.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure. Wants to be getting around in a tank. Alright, so quickly ones. Get dinkum to anyone who posted or created a Luis Suarez meme. You know, tried to make a joke. You know, like a lot of
They
them are
all
just
come out
shocking.
of the woodwork, yeah.
Any good ones?
No,
No?
not one. Not one, Ants. They're all bad. Get dinkum to our great mate Brett Lee. Brett Binger Lee.
Big
Get Dinkum or get around him?
Get Dinkum.
Oh,
this is great.
Get around
This is great.
Before, as Luke mentioned before, Tim Cahill got 2 yellows and was suspended. And
this is great.
We knew that for a week. The games don't happen one after the other. And he wrote, "Can't wait to watch Tim Cahill take on Spain tomorrow. Some more magic, please, champion."
Tag.
Tim Cahill tagged him in.
Yeah, tagged him in.
Suspended. Wasn't playing. Every man his dog knew that because, as I said, there's a week between games.
Yeah.
Binger didn't know that. Just got him.
Right.
Just got
Good on you, Binger.
Yeah, just got an absolute pasting. But it's just like that's kind of how bandwagon it is. Like he's trying to pretend that he's just so pumped for it, but he doesn't even know who's playing.
No.
And it's just like, Binger, please.
Get around Kevin Durant. Just a bit of a Twitter war he got into.
Oh, love it.
Someone wrote to him, "Is your barber blind?" referring to his haircut and how bad it was. Katie didn't like this.
Katie's haircut.
I don't think it was that bad. Katie wrote, "Does your barber need binoculars to shape up that skinny ass chin strap goatee?" Boom.
Shots fired.
Did he have to go through his media manager for that?
No, he did not.
Yeah, I think some people diss.
And then he came back and he said, "I just got owned by KD."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The old backpedal haze. I like that.
Backpedal haze came out massively.
That is a classic on Twitter. If someone ever replies to you, you just go, you can just say, "I hate you. I hope you die. I hope you get run over by a truck." And they'll go, "Settle down, mate." It's like, "Oh, you were still my favourite player." I hope you have a good season. I remember Andrew Bogut did that to me. I did that to Andrew Bogut once. Yeah,
you backpedaled?
Wog Boy 2 he's talking about.
Oh,
and I'm like, "This is the worst movie ever, Bogut. Why are you watching that?" And he's like, "Are you a wog? Would you even understand the comedy?" I'm like, "Yeah, good point. Hope you have a good season." It's massively backpedal.
Oh, jeez. Just spoke to Bogut.
If Robbo ever got back to me, I'm sure I'd backpedal on Robbo.
I once abused Limo on Twitter.
That was the reason we joined initially.
He politely asked me why I hated him.
Yeah, that was so funny.
And then I politely told him why I hated him. And then he blocked me. So, no backpedaling over there.
From Limo, it's just like, you've just given it to him. And instead of having a go back or just blocking you, he's like,
private message.
Why are you being mean? Yeah, private message, why are you being mean? Like, he's legit concerned as to why.
Legitimately wasn't happy.
Yeah.
Get around just NBA trade season. I love it. And when the towns come into play, signs up all over Chicago. Mello, big posters of Mello.
I've got that as a Get Dinkum.
I love it. Why not get them involved?
I hate teams and clubs with rich histories pandering to individual players. I hate it. Yeah. The team's bigger than one player. It's like when Lakers had those banners up saying "Stay Dwight Howard" or whatever it was.
If Carmelo goes to the Bulls, they'll win the championship.
It's embarrassing.
No, lock that in.
No club should ever have to be.
That's the only club you can go to if they're winning.
To be worshipping these players to come to us. It just seems like they're on their knees begging. I don't know.
But it's just about them having a bit of fun with it, Sam. Getting all around it, getting into it. I love it.
Not a fan.
And if you know,
hate it.
Absolutely hate it. I
hate these players that go on these tours of facilities like they're treated like they're kings or something. It's like, what about in the days where you should be proud to play for this team? Look, Melo especially, do we just forget that he did this whole coming home thing to New York?
I don't like Melo, but I wasn't comparing to Melo.
But remember when he signed for New York and it's like, oh, I'm so inspired, it's my home, coming home to my hometown. This is going to be great. I'm going to bring you a title. And it's just like, contract up, catch guys, I'm off to the next person.
What about when LeBron said that he won't leave? He's not.
I know, that's what I mean.
One goal and they used to bring the.
Are we just supposed to pretend that never happened?
I'm not going to stop till I get.
That's what I mean. I hate these guys doing this and then getting treated like royalty. Come sign for us, just pray, basically on their knees saying, please give us a shot.
But if you're a club that has just lost Derrick Rose and is never going to get him back, that was your hope of actually maybe winning a championship again. And Melo is a chance. Why not get involved?
I know what you mean. It just seems degrading the way that they beg these guys to come to their club.
That's sport these days.
No, I think the club's bigger than one player. Anyway, Ants, what do you got?
I'm going to get around The Rock.
Oh, how good is The Rock?
The Rock is amazing, and in this little get around,
he tweets himself. He does his own tweets.
He does whatever he wants.
Do you know he actually? Sorry, to keep cutting you off, but he actually only follows one person, and that's Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
He says, "When you're the greatest, I'll follow you."
That's what he said to Bro Ryan.
Yeah.
Anyway, where was I? Right. The Rock. He did an interview with Bo Ryan for the NRL Footy Show, and earlier in the year, as we know, Alex McKinnon broke his neck.
Uh-huh.
And Bo Ryan just asked The Rock, look, could you give Alex McKinnon a call? He's one of your biggest fans, blah, blah, blah. So The Rock said, yeah, no worries, I'll do that. And as The Rock was calling up Alex McKinnon, his miners came over and said to the cameraman, look, don't video this. We're not going to allow it because it's not part of the movie that he was promoting.
Yeah.
The Rock turned around and said, no. Let's keep it rolling because this will mean a lot to him.
Yeah.
And then phone call goes on. Alex gets emotional. You can hear him in the background.
Yeah.
Everyone gets emotional. And I thought it was just a nice gesture from The Rock.
Bo was so emotional, wasn't he?
Yeah,
too?
it was amazing. It was very good vision and very nice from The Rock too.
Good bloke. Seems like a good guy.
15-minute interview went for an hour.
Yeah, well, I don't know that. But
Does his own tweets.
does whatever.
And they're amazing. If there's any someone fun you want to at least watch on Instagram or that, it's The Rock.
I think
Because he's so arrogant, but he's that really good arrogant.
On Instagram, does he just say, I'm just going to get a haircut and stuff?
No,
like
he's
all
at the gym.
AFL players do?
He's at the gym, and
Do they
he'll
sell
be like,
plain black
pulling
t-shirts?
these big pumps, and he'll stop halfway through and look at someone walking past, go, focus! And then keep pumping like that and just yell shit at people. He's really funny.
Okay.
Yeah, The Rock, you also did that stuff with the GWS boys who interviewed him, and he played along with that. It was a big joke, and the thing with that one was he actually went on Twitter and retweeted it out that these guys look what they before he actually had that interview. So he actually went to it, looked at it, retweeted it, and then did the interview.
They got some good mileage out of that.
They did.
GWS.
He has got time for everyone, Rock. For someone who is probably at the top of the echelon in people in the world.
Upper echelon.
The busiest man's going around.
I like it.
He's got time for everyone.
I like it. Good one, Ants. Get Dinkum to 3 people. Lou Vincent, who's just admitted he's a match fixer for New Zealand.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering who you're talking about.
He said, I'm Lou Vincent and I'm a cheat. That's how he started his thing. He said,
what he said?
Yeah. He said, I'm a cheat. I took money and, and I fixed games. So my name is Lou Vincent and I'm a cheat. I've abused my position a number of occasions to choosing to accept money through fixing. So get Dinkum for that. You probably can't do that. Get Dinkum to Peter O'Leary, who is a referee, Australian referee from the A-League over in the World Cup.
Okay.
Refereed the Bosnia versus, can't remember who they played. I think it might have been Iran or Algeria or something like that. He disallowed a goal that was a proper goal anyway, and it stopped Bosnia from getting the points and progressing into the next round. Next minute, there's a petition online banning him from ever refereeing in the game. 29,000 signatures. So
Aussie ref.
Good on you, Aussie.
A-League refs. Is there going to be an Aussie abroad thing about it?
A-League refs are appalling. But anyway, and the final big get Dinkum to Jason Kidd, who's just tried the power play.
Flog belt nomination
He's perennial. If you don't know, Jason Kidd was with the Nets, 44 games he won last year. I wouldn't say they hit any heights. He saw the deals that Steve Kerr and Derek Fisher got, 25 million, I think. Jason Kidd was on 10, said, give me some Derek Fisher money. And they said, nah. And he goes, and I want to be the boss. I want to be the GM. I want to make the signings. I want to do the contracts. I want to do it all. And they said, nah, mate. And he said, okay. So he went to his good friends at the Bucks, the owners, and he said, I want to be your coach, and I want to be your GM, and I want to do it all. And they're like, we've already got a coach. And he's like, don't worry about that. Get rid of him. So they got rid of him.
Jesus.
So Jason Kidd just interviewed for a job that wasn't available and someone already had.
Didn't interview. He walked up and said, I want to.
Yeah, and he got him sacked. Larry Drew is gone, been sacked. So Jason Kidd is now basically the general manager and the coach of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Has he really been given full control now?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it's like when Hulk Hogan got to write his own storylines in wrestling.
Yeah.
It's basically
like that.
Well,
didn't it?
It's basically like that. He can write his own storylines now, Jason Kidd. So,
and we all just hope.
But get around. I guess it's good for the Nets because they're looking at getting Mark Jackson, who I like. So you get rid of Jason Kidd, you might get Mark Jackson, and you get a second round draft pick.
That's crazy.
Coaches for second round draft picks.
Right now, you can actually trade draft picks for coaches.
Yeah, it happened in Doc Rivers.
It did,
and it happened with Jay Kidd. So. Jason Kidd, I'm a bit relieved that he's left Brooklyn because I never liked him in the first place, and then I'm like, I have to try and like this guy.
His game plan was to try and knock water into the court.
That was annoying. If he'd won 60 games or 50 games and got to the finals or something, I'd be like, yeah, good season, give him the money. But 44 games he won, got brushed aside by the Heat. They never looked like competing with any of those teams, and And it was the second highest payroll? Highest payroll. Be one of the highest payrolls in the NBA.
Highest payroll and oldest listed.
Yeah.
Too.
So catch it, Jace. I would
mate.
like a rebuild from Brooklyn, by the way, but I know they can't because they can't afford to lose fans. But it's just
They've got some free agents floating around too. Truth.
they're.
Oh, you lost Sean Livingston.
Oh yeah.
Where'd he go?
Golden State.
Brooklyn's
Really?
Brooklyn's roster management is poor at best.
Mm.
There's a lot of money tied up in a lot of guys in
And
the
the
moment.
oldest.
Joey Johnson and Darren Williams hasn't even got any ankles anymore. No draft picks until 2026.
So Jason Kidd is also on notice for Flog Belt Award as well. I
He
think.
is. Yeah, Jason Kidd.
We'll put him in that category.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys got any else?
One more.
Yep.
Get Dinkum to goal of the year is going to absolute fluke goals. The one Timpali goal.
Won the game. It was incredible.
Yeah,
goal.
it was a great goal, but to be a candidate for goal of the year when he didn't, it was an absolute mongrel punt. To be honest,
Just threw it on the
he
boot.
threw it on the boot, went through.
After
got on,
shrugging off about 4 players.
yeah, and
I like those goals.
can't remember the guy who should have got that smother. That was a joke. And Eddie Betts, who
I
also
love it,
threw the ball in the boot and somehow went through the goals.
That check side from the boundary.
Yeah.
That was insane.
That was insane, but-
Insane goal.
It didn't.
Those two are the number 1 and
Yeah,
2, I think.
they
right?
are, but they shouldn't be candidates for goal of the year. I don't-
Definitely should be. What do you want for a goal of the year?
I
A
like
set
it.
shot?
Something with some sort of. The ball just dropped onto their foot. That's all
Like
they
the
did.
bunny take a bounce, kick it
Yes.
from 60
Oh,
long.
that was amazing.
Yeah, that
got
was
3,
amazing
4
goal.
people,
Yeah.
75 metres out, boom.
Yeah,
That's
that's an amazing
goal
goal.
of the year
Yeah.
for mine.
Yeah.
But for these goals, on very cute angles, just throwing the ball in the boot.
But it's a goal.
It is a goal.
Remember when Lloyd got the goal of the year for that one in
The backwards drop
Yeah,
kick.
that was a bit.
But he meant that. He meant that.
I know, but I don't think that's goal of the year. I think that's a cool goal, but it's like
is it
anyone could
technically
do that.
illegal?
really. Is it?
I think so.
Oh,
Dropping
okay.
the ball, something. I
No,
don't know.
okay.
that ball's not even in play anymore. Dropping the ball.
I don't know what the rules are anymore.
Anyway, that's my get thinking for this week.
I've just got one quick last get around, Luke, if I'm allowed to do it. You got
No,
any,
mate, I'm not going to stop you.
you got anything left?
No, I've got nothing left.
Okay, no worries. It's just a tweet. You know how I love my tweets. Just a quick one. Brisbane Lions, they were playing a game against Freo, which was a dour affair. I don't know if you remember it, but they hadn't kicked a goal in the first 3 quarters, I don't think. Brisbane Lions tweeted, 50-metre penalty, Joel Patfull getting ready to pump it into attack. Then 2 minutes later they wrote, or kick it, so whatever. So, and the people love that, and people got around that.
Good work
They
experience, Daddy.
were just saying, and it didn't get deleted either. The club must have liked it. I don't think they have to sign off on that. The club must have liked that. So I thought that was great because they kicked, I don't know, 4 points in 3 quarters or something like that, and they were just fed up watching. The guy's sitting at home going, I have to watch this rubbish. He's just like tweeting about it. So get around Brisbane Lions. Well done.
All right, and that brings us to an end, Sam.
Yep. End of episode number 35, mate.
Wowee.
35. That's a lot of episodes.
Episode number Gordo. Can't believe it.
Yes, dedicated to yourself. Is your number retired down at your old club?
It is
or
retired.
what? No one can wear it
No one can wear it. No.
in the rafters.
What I do is I play like 1 or 2 games a year.
just so you could keep it.
Keep the number.
Just so you could keep it. There'll be a day when you won't be able to fit into it anymore. Maybe when you're 65 or something like that.
But every now and then I'll just come over kick.
Try
you know?
and squeeze it on. So.
I know some people with some pretty good powers down there to be able to do that sort of
Okay.
stuff. So I keep it in check.
Well, episode Gordo is finished. Appreciate everyone who got in touch. Check us out on SoundCloud and iTunes and give us a rating and review and all that stuff. And spread the word, yeah.
Had a massive edition of Sports Report came out just last week.
Yep.
About 85 pages worth of fantastic reading. So make sure you level that. Heaps of stuff on the site.
How much?
Heaps of stuff on the NBA. Heaps of stuff on
How
everything.
much?
Free.
Way!
It's a free online magazine at
Yep.
Sports Report.
At Sports
AUS.
Report, AUS.
Or at
Yep.
www.sportsreportaus.com.
Yep. Free
Okay,
magazine.
Free magazine.
Yep.
You're on the train, have a read, have a look at it. You 2 blokes are writing for it.
Yep.
It's great. It's going off. So
Yep.
get around that.
Good stuff. Really good stuff. Check it out. Support your free sports media in Australia. Everyone does it just for your entertainment. So give them some support.
Or
Shout
pay
out,
us.
and all that
If you
sort
want
of
to pay
stuff.
us, that's cool.
Just you can leave a bag of cash at my back door.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll go to the front door. It's really less creepy.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm
Crap song dedication. What do we got? I've got the candidate. Have you got a song?
No, I can find a song though.
Ants, can you get a song?
Oh no, I turned off my tablet, so I've already checked out.
Okay, look. I know I've done this
Good to see you check in though this time. That's the more important part.
I know I've done this This is probably the 4th time I've done it. It
What?
just does it every single week.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Local referees.
Oh, you do hate
No. Although I did have a shocker of a referee the other week, but we won't get into that. AFL commentators, footy commentators, mainly people who get mixed up. There was one, I was watching the under-18s competition before, Luke, the juniors, on Foxtel, stashed away there on Foxtel during the day. And so they were giving out all the cliches for the young fellas and all that sort of stuff. And he goes, oh, yeah, this guy's great down in the forward line. Knows where the scoreboard is. I'm like, knows where the scoreboard is? That doesn't even make sense. Nah. Isn't it knows where the goals is? So knows where the scoreboard is not really a attribute that you really want to put to an AFL footballer. So, and Bruce, can we talk about Bruce? What's this?
So we can talk about Bruce.
I don't know.
Bruce is no longer employable. Bruce McAvaney is no longer employable. He just can't be in. They just can't do. I can't see how Channel 7 can go forward with Bruce McAvaney ever again.
He's just not getting the job done anymore.
He's shocking. This is better than. Is this Friday?
Okay.
Yeah, good song. Way better than Bruce McAvaney.
He's just saying the same thing over and over.
Oh,
and
you just get the feeling.
He was amazing at what he did, but he's been doing it for too long.
Well,
but do you know what he should be? Just bring him back to the Olympics.
Horse racing is okay.
Yeah, he's good at horse racing.
Peter Donegan, man, at the horse
And the worst thing is that they've got such a big market of people they could use to commentate footy. They keep using the same old bloke.
Is it just me, or is it Channel 7 team just spend the whole time either making jokes or telling you what they should do? How does Bruce and Dennis telling Mick Mulhouse what he should do? Oh, they should do this, they should do that. It's like, just commentate the game. Just tell us what's going on. We don't want to know what they should do. Mate, get one guy to do that. Lee Matthews can do that. That's fine. The rest of them, just call the game. That's it. That's all you need to do. Anyway, AFL commentators can't stand.
I read on Twitter somewhere that Bruce asked 100 and something questions in one half. Absolutely joke.
Did he just get the feeling?
Yeah.
Just got the feeling.
Didn't he just do that
You
correctly?
just get the feeling. There's like 14 and a half minutes left. Just get the feeling if they get 6 in a row, they might be in touching distance here.
He's on fire, isn't he?
Oh my god. It's unbearable.
Love you, Bruce.
Unbearable.
And thank you everyone for listening.
Don't ever love him.
We'll catch you next time.
See ya.
See you guys.
Oh, no, see ya.
No. Oh, wait, 2 things.
Hey, I love that you go straight to Rebecca Black.
Yeah. Just a quick one.